So continuing with the plant hormones, we have 4 types of plant hormones. First one, auxin. Now this is present at the root and the shoot tip where rapid cell division takes place, and functions are that it promotes the growth of the root, stem, fruit, and it perceives the light and regulates proper growth movements, for example the phototropism. Then the gibberellins, the next hormone, they promote the growth in leaves, stem, internodes and fruits. And the other function is that dormant buds and seeds, they sprout in the presence of gibberellins. So dormant is when they're lying silent, and when they have to sprout, they do so in the case of the presence of gibberellins. Next is cytokinin. Now cytokinin are the hormones which promote the cell division, and it's natural that they are present in the greater concentration in the areas of rapid cell division such as the fruits and the leaves. So they also prevent the aging of leaves and the marketed vegetables, the fruits and the cut flowers can be prevented by application of the cytokinin. And these 3 are the examples of the plant hormones that help in promoting the growth, that is the auxin, the gibberellins and the cytokinins. Now the next is the abscisic acid, which is the growth inhibitor. So it controls and inhibits the growth, and under conditions of stress it also causes wilting of the leaves and the aging of the leaves, which is also given the term as senescence. And also it causes the dormancy of the buds and seeds, that it does not let them sprout till proper favorable conditions are there. We call it as the dormancy of the buds and seeds. So these are the various plant hormones and how they control the various activities of the plant. Now coming now to the endocrine system of the human beings. So we have over here a table in which we'll be talking about the various types of endocrine glands, their location, the hormone they produce and the function performed by that particular hormone. So children, you please open your book also side by side to page number 124, where you have the figure in which you can see the location of the various endocrine glands, so you'll understand better. So please make sure that while you're seeing this video, along with it, you please open the book. So please relate to the book diagram side by side and you'll have a better understanding. So the human endocrine glands, first of all is hypothalamus. So we start from the top, that is the brain. The location is that it is present in the brain. And the hormone is that it secretes the hormone which controls the pituitary gland. And what is the function? It stimulates the pituitary gland to secrete the hormones. So pituitary gland is hormones are controlled by the hypothalamus. Then the next is the pineal gland. This also location is the brain portion, and the hormone produces melatonin. So the function is that it lightens the skin color and also controls the mood and the sleep. Next, pituitary gland, also present in the brain. So it produces growth hormones which controls the growth of the body and its development, and its deficiency, children, causes to a problem called as dwarfism. That means the person is not able to grow properly. So we have some of the human beings which are very short in height, so they are called as dwarfs. Okay, and this problem is called as dwarfism. Or when there is excessive secretion of this growth hormone, so we have giantism, that is person is abnormally tall. Okay, and dwarfism is when the person is abnormally short. Then next is the thyroid gland, present in the neck region. Location is neck, and the hormone produces thyroxine, and the function is it is the largest endocrine gland, that's the size of it, and it regulates the carbohydrate, the fat, protein metabolism. Okay, then next is the parathyroid gland. Okay, and in this this is present in the neck region, and it is attached to the thyroid gland, and the function is that it produces parathormone, and it produces the hormone parathormone, and function it regulates the calcium and the phosphorus balance in the blood, and its deficiency causes the spasm and cramps in the muscles and in the nerves. Next we come now to the next endocrine gland, that is the thymus. So this is present near the heart, and the hormone produces thymosin. It plays a role in the immunity, okay, and controls the growth and in the first 13 years of life, that is the puberty. So immunity means it protects from any kind of diseases. So the person is having strong immunity will be saving from the protecting from diseases, and also controls the growth of the first 13 years of life of a human being, that is the puberty. Next is pancreas, and also it is present below the stomach in the abdominal region, and enzymes, the hormones produced are insulin and glucagon. So the main function of these is to regulate the blood sugar level, and its deficiency leads to a disease called as diabetes, in which the sugar level rises in the blood and causes many harmful effects. So we call it as diabetes. For example,